Nicole and Lucas were on a mission alongside Panjamon. Currently, they were on Trailmon Worm heading toward Abara Town. They were discussing the mission and Nicole was reading off the information of the Digimon that they were going after, reading that they were Mach Leomon and Mad Leomon, along with Arbormon. Panjamon said that he faced them once before, but failed. Nicole told them that since Arbormon's body is made up of wood, they'd leave him to Lucas. Meanwhile, he himself would fight Mach Leomon, and Panjamon would take out Mad Leomon. Whoever takes out their opponent will join up with the closest ally and help take down their opponent. The White Lion said that that actually was a sound plan, and was surprised he could figure that stuff out without ever fighting them before. They got to the town and found the Digimon already causing problems, and so Nicole whistled at them, calling them idiots to get their attention. Getting angry, they demanded to know who he was, though Nicole just told them that he was their worst nightmare while cracking his knuckles before asking the other two if they were ready to do this. They laughed, seeing Panjamon asking if they could only find two humans to help. How pathetic. No Digimon wanted to help, though getting annoyed, Nicole's black-colored blaze of Digivolution ignited, shutting them up as Lucas's red blaze of Digivolution kicked up too, and they had become Salazamon and Shadonegamon again. The three Digimon villains were stunned by the fact that these humans could Digivolve, but quickly shook it off as our heroes raced forward, knocking them back in three different directions, with Nicole fighting Mach Leomon, who was attacking using daggers, which he dodged and knocked back while slashing with his Shada Enigma technique once more, knocking them back and making the lion cough from the pain. Panjamon was using his blade fighting Mad Leomon, slashing at them in the side before having the blade knocked from his hand and was grabbed by the head, though our White Lion Digimon kicked the open wound, causing the crazy Lion Digimon to drop him, and then began rapidly striking the wound again and again. Arbormon warned Lucas that just cause he's made of wood, it doesn't mean he'll burn so easily, while attacking with punches and kicks attached to long wire-like lines inside of his body, though Salazamon avoided it and unleashed his blazing embers attack, making them recoil from him, and getting angry, fired a large seed that wrapped Lucas in some ivy vines. Panjamon had regained his blade and ran Mad Leomon through before unleashing his attack, the Hyojuken, which was a fist packed with cold air, freezing Mad Leomon before shadowing them and absorbing their data. Then went to help take down Mach Leomon as Salazamon was burning through the ivies, but was struck by Arbormon repeatedly. The Warrior of Wood laughed at them, asking if that was the best they got, which angered Lucas as he tried to break free, as slowly a new reddish-orange flame began to flicker around him, and it burst out over his body, tearing through the ivy vines, with Salazamon growing larger into a humanoid dragon man-like form that had a strange symbol on his chest, calling himself Wyvermon. Panjamon and Shadonegamon had beaten Mach Leomon and absorbed their data before joining the fight against Arbormon, though they didn't step in just yet, with Nicole telling them to hold back. That form was a new one, and he's curious to see how it holds up. Nodding, they let Lucas fight his own battle, as his arms became wings and he flew into the air, flapping them hard. He was able to knock back Arbormon's attacks before they could reach him. Wyvermon then unleashed a blue flame, burning Arbormon's arms to ash before flying down and unleashing the attack called Dragon's Breath upon the wooden Digimon, burning their body until there was nothing but ash, and absorbed their data, though something strange happened as a small item dropped onto the ground, confusing them. Flying down to it, Lucas then asked what that was exactly while lifting it up. Panjamon told him that it was called a spirit, which was one of a set of 20, 2 for each element. Arbormon had the human spirit of wood, but the beast spirit of wood was still out there somewhere. We then cut to a Digimon with a large book, saying that this was rather interesting interesting. One legendary warrior already taken out so easily by these humans then began writing down in the book, watching on. Nodding, they asked what they should do with it now, and the White Lion Digimon told them that it may be best to just hold on to it themselves so it doesn't possess any other Digimon, since the Digidestined appeared to be unaffected by it. Nodding, Lucas placed it into the storage setting on their multi-tool, changing back to human form as they did so. Nicole then told them that they had done the job, so it was time to go. Getting on to Trailmon Worm and heading back to the guild. After claiming the reward, they headed on back to their own places, Panjamon splitting from the other two since he lived somewhere else. Nicole and Lucas went to the house and heard splashing for some reason. They followed the sound and found both Kat and Kuzuhamon in swimsuits, with Nicole staring at the caretaker before shaking his head clear, and Lucas asked how and when they got a pool. Kat told him that they got it today after she got rid of some jerk that was causing problems for the town. The mayor paid for it. Nicole said that the pool was a good add-on since it wouldn't take much to renovate the basement into a full bedroom, and this way they could cool off and relax after dealing with doing jobs for the guild. As he kicked off his shoes and socks along with his shirt and jumped into the pool, swimming in his jean short that he was wearing today, coming up and floating on his back in the water. Lucas sighed but joined them too, with Kat asking how work went, and Nicole told him that they got paid. That's the main thing. He also told them that he was stabbed earlier and was going to take a day off to heal a bit. Kat could go with Lucas tomorrow while he stayed at the house with Kuzuhamon.